2, 1. And we're live. Maybe. I don't know. I hope so. Alright, so where's my link that I can share? Stream health is excellent. That's what's up. Concurrent viewers, 2. What's up, people? How y'all doing today? We're about to build this page right here. I got a lot of it done already. Like, I got most of the general stuff done. The text is already added. I'm mostly just going to be adding some CSS to it. So, there's that. I need my stream URL. Is that what I need? No, that doesn't look like something I should share. Analytics. If my music's too loud, let me know. I feel like it's probably too loud. I'm going to turn it down a little bit just to be safe. Where did my music tab go? Is it in here? There it is. Alright, we're going to bring that. We're just going to turn the volume down on this overall a little bit. My keyboard controls the music, or like my volume, and I can press pause from my keyboard and just mute it, and it's the greatest thing ever. Alright, so maybe if I just go to YouTube, and then my channel, will the stream thing pop up? It will. Alright, and then I can go to this, copy that, and then we got to go through that in Discord real quick, because I said I was going to share the link. Alright, there we go. Cool. So, don't need the music. I think I need an extra monitor, and then I need to be able to stream my extra monitor. If I have like a super wide display and I stream that, I wonder how that would look in YouTube. I feel like that'd be kind of weird. Alright, so we don't need that layer thing over there. Your stream's bitrate is lower than recommended. It's recommended that you use a stream bitrate of 45 kilobytes per second. Nah, whatever. We're okay, I think. As long as if I start like dropping frames or something, let me know. Also, if anybody makes music and you're like a DJ, that is cool. Let me know, because I need some background music I can use. Like this is working. This is what I'm using right now. It says no copyright EDM music, so I'm hoping that's true. Not 100% sure though. So let's go ahead and put that on the left side here. Zoom out a little bit. It is super annoying that you can't close this side in Adobe XD. It's taking up my screen real estate and I hate it. Alright, and then this is going to go on the left side here. So there we go. Alright, nope, that's not going to work. I need that full screen because I got to develop on desktop right now. Those look super thick. That'll work, whatever. Alright, so we have to style this form, which I already have basically styled over here. Why can't I click on those? There we go. So I just need to steal the styles from this, pretty much. I need my music a little bit louder because I can't hear this because I'm a deaf person because I go rave too much. So, alright. Now back to this form thing. So we grab this. I should probably do that on this page too, huh? Alright, so we've got form container, max width, 830 pixels. On here, I think I just gave it a max width of like 80% for the whole thing, just so it kind of scales a little bit. I need that to be smaller. Can you shrink for me? There we go. Or at least that's 80%. Is the other thing 80 view width? Yeah, that one's 80 view width as well. So we're gonna make the form. We're gonna give the background. Actually, it's just got like a drop shadow behind it, right? Yeah, 0, 0, and 36. So we're gonna go to box shadow generator. And then right here, we'll just change that to 0, make this 0, and then the blur radius is like 38. 36, and the opacity is 10% with this weird color right here. Where's opacity? That needs to be 1, so it's just like a barely noticeable shadow. And we're gonna make that 36 so that matches right. Why is that not 0? I set that to 0. There we go. Now we can just copy this stuff, and then in our code over here, we're gonna go down to, where's my styles? There we go. Vendor LP CSS. So this probably isn't, I don't know if this is a good way to do your code or not, but I've got it split up So like this is the vendor LP SAS stuff, and then I split it up into like the hero section, the next section, and then this is going to be the form stuff. So we'll do, and then this is SAS. So I've just got everything nested inside this vendor LP selector to make sure the styles only apply to this page. So we need to target the form. No, not padding. I wanted the bracket deal. All right, so where did our box shadow go? I'm just gonna copy that, throw that right there. I think I'm gonna put these headphones on just so I can make sure everything sounds good. Okay, so it's like 4 or 5 seconds behind me. That's cool. It's not too bad. Alright, so now if we go back to this thing, the form's got the little box shadow. That needs some padding on the sides though, right? So this is like 40 on the sides. And then on the top it's the same. Is the bottom the same too? Okay, so we got like 40, 40, 60, 40 for padding. So over here, we'll go to the form and then we'll do padding. And we'll do 40 pixels, 40 pixels, wait, 60 pixels. And then that should give us the right padding we need. Cool, except that doesn't look quite right. We're gonna do like a percentage padding. So we'll grab that and we'll do, what does like 10% padding look like? Don't need the pixels there. Alright, that looks a little better. If we're letting it take up 80% of the view width, and then on the bottom we'll do like 15%, I guess. That looks like a little. That looks a little much. We'll do 10% on that too, which means we only need those two really. And then there's the top looking good. Top's looking good. Is there a border radius on this? There is 10 pixels. All right. No, grab my form again. There we go. And then we'll do border. Oh God, did I just delete something on accident? Nope. Border radius 10 pixels. Alright, that looks better. So we'll just copy those and then throw those in our CSS over here. Already got the box shadow. Don't need that F11. Alright, so now we need to get that looking right. Whoa. That's weird. Anyway, so this is 48, so that's a little bit smaller, so we'll make that like an H3, or yeah, because that's an H2, so this will be like an H3, and we're gonna steal most of these styles here, are we? No, I don't think we need all those. I mean, it's Oswald, right? So no, it's Poppins. Yeah, so we don't need any of those. So we're gonna do H3 font size. We're using 5 view width for the H1, so we'll use 3 on this probably. What are we using for that? The H2 is getting 5 view width as well, and that needs to be uppercased, right? It does. So we're gonna go over to that can be in our form section. We'll just delete that one, and then we'll do an H2 font size, or wait, text transform, uppercase. So that's good, and we'll take that, put that right below this one, and this will be font size like 3.5 view width. Color is going to be that blue color. I love Prettier. Oh my gosh, it just makes everything so much easier. I don't have to add the colons at the end. It does that for me. All right, so that was not the right blue color, obviously. So we need to grab that blue color, and then that's Poppins in bold. All right. What is my fallback font going to be? What are like the standard fallback fonts? Web safe fonts. We're just going to do serif. What does serif look like? This is a serif heading. I don't want Times or Times New Roman. I want to see what serif looks like. Alright, I don't like that. What else is a good fallback font? Sans serif, maybe? Let's see what that looks like. That looks good. I like that. So our fallback font is going to be sans serif because that looks pretty similar to this a little bit. So anywhere else am I using that? All right, sans serif. Boo doo doo. But that is Poppins, right? It is. Okay, cool. And then everything, is that centered? It is. So we need to go into our page right here. And then we've got our form, which I need to go back in and edit some of the stuff in there. And that's what we do. So that should be centered, right? Because centered text. Do we not have that in our general style sheet? We do. Text align center. Oh, it wasn't on the H3. There we go. All right, and then that, we might make that 75 view width instead of 80. Nope, don't need that. We need to inspect it like that. So what I'm just gonna make this 75. Yeah, I think that works better. Because then everything splits like it's supposed to. Yeah, so here we're gonna go up to that, and we're gonna make that 75. That is not hero styles. This is gonna be like the white section. And I need these to be equal because I'm OCD kinda. Alright, and then right here under the heading styles, I'm gonna put that, and then how much space is between the form and this bottom stuff? So that's like 130 pixels, so we'll do form margin top 130 pixels. And then why didn't that get added? So we have the form, margin top. Why'd I put form, margin top? Geez, brain fart. I need more coffee. Did I make more coffee? I can't remember if I've had 2 cups of coffee or 3. I don't want to have more than 3, but I really want more coffee. I feel like I haven't had 3. I need to be able to go to the gym again so I can take pre-workout. I miss pre-workout. Wait, is my sound working? It is. Okay, cool. I can hear myself. Sweet. Wait. I can't hear the music, though. I think that needs to be louder, right? Yeah, that'll work. All right, cool. Now we're good. And then we save that, and then we got our margin on the top there. And then what else do we need? So that H3, we need the inputs to be 100% width, right? So if we do that, and then we grab the input, where's the input? There we go. And then we'll do width 100%. Cool, so that looks like it works. And we have to change the labels to that. So we'll do label. I think some of the labels were different, right? So like technically those are labels, and then these are labels too, so I need like a bluish label as well. So we'll do like the labels in general. They're gonna have Poppins 16 font size regular, so we'll copy this thing right here, throw that in the label, and then font size 16 pixels. Actually, what if we do like one view width? What size is it then? Does that look good? That looks good. Is that what these are? What is this stuff? I can just steal the styles from this. Oh, it's font size 20. I guess we should probably just stick with that to be consistent then. So font size 20 pixels, and then do we get the color? Is that the same color? It's this like teal, off like dark teal thing. So we're gonna do color, and then that dark teal color. Ooh, my stuff is done in the dryer, sweet. Alright, so that looks good. Is this centered? No, it's not. Alright, and then the input's a little bit longer. I didn't save that input style, dang it. So we'll do input width 100%, and then we need our text area is also going to be width 100%. Boom, that's looking better. What is that? So we need to target the P text in the form too. So we'll do P and then stick that stuff on there. There we go, that's good. Our button looks weird. Look at that button effect though, boom. That's like a great button effect. Alright, so this needs some margin on the bottom, right? I think we might go ahead and add these blobs just to give it some background, because right now it looks kind of weird. My hat and this headset, it's not working for me. Alright, there we go. And we're good now. Dude, my neck hurts. I feel like I'm leaning forward too much. Jeez. Alright, so those background things, we can put those in... What section are those? So we've got our second row. They'll both be in there. So we can put... Right here we'll do class name equals blob container. I'm terrible at naming stuff. Then we go over here, and right down here we'll do our blob container after. Ooh, wait. Yeah, I can like nest those, huh? So we'll just do, it's and, right? After, and that's how you make joining ones. And then we'll do and before. This may or may not work, not 100% sure, but I know I'm gonna need the position to be absolute, and then we'll need the actually, that's not gonna work. We don't need whatever that was for, or whatever that was for, and then we'll like unindent these. It's a warmup.trydigitalmarketing.com, right? Edit. I might have to do that privately. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. I gotta check if one of our new clients filled out this form or not. And we don't have the the team membership on Netlify yet, so I'm the only one that can get on there, unless I give out my password and stuff. What is the form name that I'm looking for? So we're going for entries here, and then 12 steps. No, it's not 12 steps. It is the warm-up questionnaire. Is that what they're looking for? Alright, got that done. Sweet. So, back to this thing. I need that buttons styling stuff. Gonna just take all these, and now we're gonna go to this page, and down here, and grab this button, and apply everything so it looks the same. Boom, look at that. Perfect. Alright, so... what is different on that? Why doesn't that... that is the same classes, right? Warm up, sign up, submit button, pink button. I feel like I should be able to reuse that, but whatever. Oh yeah, we never added the blog, so I got distracted. Anyway, we're just gonna go ahead and do this button thing real quick, just cause. So this is gonna be in the, I think we should probably nest that in the form, because there's a button in the footer, and I don't wanna mess with any of those styles. So in here, we're gonna go button, all that stuff. There we go. Now it looks good, right? If we refresh, styles reset, and then boom. Now we just need on hover, change the color to pink. So if we do button and hover, color is going to be the pink color that I need to grab. There we go. Whoops, one sec. Gotta help somebody with something real quick. Forms, entries. Entries. All right, I think we're good on that, so I can close that out. Don't need the box generator anymore. All right, vendor partnership. So is this centered or off to the right? It's off to the right, so we're gonna inspect that. This buttons container, which is submit button. And if we just do text align right, that didn't work. What? Interesting. All right, button. What is up with its margin? What's it doing here? If we do margin left auto, that'll fix it, and then it's in line with everything too, so perfect. So we're just gonna add that to our button styles here, and that's good to go. Whoops, looks like there's an error. So I need my error handling stuff. That should be in the general styles already, right? So if I hit submit, where's one that gives me an error? This one. No. F. Dang it. I can't get an error because freaking Google's form validation stuff doesn't let it submit without an error, or with an error. So if I look at the CSS here and then we go down to contact form, thank you, submit button. I must be adding that dynamically with JavaScript. I know it's on this page. Just can't remember what it's called. I'm pretty sure it would be something like error, but there we go, error. All right, so we just need this stuff, right? Actually, let's just look in general styles here for error. I don't know why I didn't do that to begin with. That's the only error? All right, so copy that. And then in vendor partner, do I need that error? Like, if everything has required on it, it won't let us submit the form unless. So I don't think it would ever get an error. So we're gonna take out the error handling right now because having required on all the form fields will prevent it from getting an error. And then send. Oh, my nose itches. All right, so I don't need that page anymore. I need that up. There we go. All right. So back to this, we're gonna refresh. All right, so our labels, how much space is between those? They've got like a margin. I need that to be minimized. And then it's got like 35 margin on top and then 20 margin on bottom. So if we go back in here in vendor CSS, we'll go ahead and save that. And then is that causing an error right now? Why is that still open? I thought I closed that. All right, nope, no error, sweet. So label is gonna be margin top, was it 35 pixels, and then margin bottom 20 pixels. My back is like tingly, it's really weird. I think sitting all day, all the time, it's just like messing up my spine, and it's not good. Okay, gotta sit up straight. How much time are we at? At 36 minutes, cool. So we're probably at like 2 hours overall on this task. So save that, back to that, and then now our spacing looks a lot better. Now we just need to go over here and steal the styling for these input elements because they look the same as those basically, right? Yeah, they do. So input, yeah, that's all we need. And then we'll stick that in our text area input second. If I send this link to them, their template website, can they fill it out and we'll capture the data? If I send this link to them, back to this thing. So where's our input element? That's that one, right? Input, and then we'll do this. And now those look better, right? Yeah, that looks right. So we're just gonna go ahead and stick that in our there. We save that, and then it refreshes, and now all our form inputs look like that, except these text area ones. Some of those we need to be bigger, right? So that one is a file upload section. So, oh, cool. We can make the whole file upload thing there, and then I'll just hide those two. All right, there we go. So I don't have the video that's supposed to go here yet, so I don't know. I'm probably just gonna leave that blank for now, because it'd waste time to just put an image there instead of the video, because I'll have to redesign it when I get the video. Let's go ahead and do those gray blobs like we were talking about. So all our files are stored on FileZilla, and I have to grab these URLs over here. You guys can't see this stuff. Desafortunadamente. Is that unfortunately? That's my favorite word in Spanish. Desafortunadamente. I probably have like a horrible American accent when I say it, but whatever. Spanish is a fun language. I'm trying to learn it. I'm trying to do like 30 minutes of Duolingo a day, just to keep learning, and it's starting to click a little bit. Like I can say like tengo dos gatos, no tengo perros, hablo un poco de español pero muy mal gramáticas y mal acento. I don't know if that's right grammatically, but whatever. All right, so uploads, SVGs, vendor partner LP. All right, so we need gray blob 1. And then gray blob 2. And then we've got the white swish, and we also need this background. I'm gonna go ahead and get that so I can just close out FileZilla and not have to worry about that anymore. All right, so yeah, these are gonna be position absolute, and then the content is going to be specific to each one, right? So that's the only style they share. So we'll grab that and split that out, and then we'll grab that and split that out. Is that more efficient? Because it's only saving 1 line, right? Or 2 lines, but this is 4 lines. So I think it's more efficient not to have that in there, and we'll just put it in each one individually. So position absolute, content is going to be URL, and then it's going to be the first blob. Actually, the first blob will go in this one. So content URL, that thing, and then this one will get the other blob, because this is going to be lower on the page. And then where's our that is what we need for the secure URL. Then we can just delete those first 2. And then this one needs position absolute. And then we can comment that part out. And then now we're just gonna go play with those in the site. And are they even showing up? So it should be blob container and then before and after, right? So we've got blob container, before and after. They've got content, so that's a check. And then inside the form, is that nested inside the form? No, which is what we don't need. Good. It's only nested inside the vendor LP class, so that's good. I'll have to go grab more coffee. Give me like 30 seconds. Alexa, what's the weather?
In Dallas, it's 65 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies and sun. Today, you can look for partly sunny weather with a high of 87 degrees and a low of 65 degrees.
Had a little workout in too. All right, got my coffee. Got my headphones back on. We're good to go. All right, so why aren't these showing up? There we go. Blob before. It's up at the top. No, we need blob container before, but it's not in there. Class. I spelled class name wrong. Silly little spelling mistakes. All right, class. Class in. Need the second S. Now they show up. Boom. All right, now that's the bottom one. That's the second one. If we do Z index 0, -1, why does it not show up? What if I grab the form and do Z index 999? There we go. And then this before, that can still be 0. Oh, right, the form's background's transparent, so we need the form background to be white, and then those won't show up on top of it. White, boom, there we go. All right, so we gotta go put those in there real quick. So where's our form? Layout, CSS, that's not what I need. I need the form, background white. Did these inherit from form? Is that how nesting works? I forgot. God, it's been too long since I've used SCSS. It does inherit like that, right? No, it doesn't. Huh. Oh well. Anyway, all right, so that one looks like it's almost in place already, right? So that's the before, so we'll do right 0 and see what that looks like. Nope, that doesn't look like it's where it's supposed to be. We might just not even mess with that one because I like that look. We'll just mess with the after. So after we'll do, what is if we do bottom 0, what is it relative to right now? Is it even left 0? Now where are you at? There we go. All right, so bottom 0, left 0. I think it's supposed to be off the page a little bit, huh? Yeah, so we'll do left like minus 10 view width. Let's keep going. 11, 12, 13, 15. That works. Like 30 minus 30 view width, and then bottom 0. That'll work. That looks good. So that was after, right? And then we're not going to mess with the before, and I need these to be in the different, like the reverse order, because before comes after, or comes before after. Yeah, there we go. That's what I meant to say. All right. All right, so got the blobs done. I think we got most of the styles fixed up here. We need the text areas to be a little bit bigger, right? So those are, we can do like min height 90 pixels on the text areas. That'll work. And then you can readjust it, so that's cool. I'm assuming the input and text area text is supposed to look like these, because I feel like that'll look good. So we're just going to copy those, and then we're going to target placeholder text stuff. So I keep forgetting how to target placeholder text, right? Placeholder. So we're just going to grab the WebKit input placeholder, go over here, stick that right there, copy that, put it right there, and then this is going to be nested inside these two areas. So we'll do and placeholder, and then refresh that real quick, except it's not the placeholder, it's the input text. Excuse me. So we don't need that. We can just put that inside text area and that. And then we'll save and we're good. And then this needs to be z index 0. Was the other one on top as well or no? It was. So that needs z index 0 as well. Did I not save the form z index 999 or whatever I gave it? I did not. We save. There we go, that looks better. All right, cool. Minutes in. Probably gonna stop this after like an hour, and then I can play some copyrighted music that I can't play on streams. So, all right, where are we at here? I feel like the padding's not right on that, is it? Oh, we need to add that background blob. That'll make it look better. So that'll be in the hero section, vendor LP. So let's grab this URL here. And then we're going to go up to our hero section, and then we'll do hero and we'll do and after, right? Because that'll be after. What's up, bud? How you doing today? I want to say your name. I just feel like if I say it, I'm going to like butcher it horribly, and I will feel bad. So the content URL is going to be that, and I need this encrypted part right here. How's quarantine going for you? You staying safe and not sick? What's my audio at? Weird, in the yellow with the music. I think we might need to turn the music down, huh? Oh, don't need Steam. Go away, Steam. Where's my music coming from? Right here, so we'll make that down there. There we go. Warm-up questionnaire. I don't need that anymore. I need this. All right, perfect. So that's in there now. So now we just need to style that a little bit. So we'll do position absolute right 0 bottom 0 maybe. I didn't spell position right. Abdi. Okay, there we go. What are you working on right now? Anything fun? All right, where's my video? I have an S at the end for some reason. That can go away. All right, that it kind of molds together at the top. So maybe we won't have that at the bottom. Maybe we'll have that. What if we don't have that at all? Nothing? Okay, so what if we do top? Where's it go? Is it visible still? And then we'll do right. How far can we move this to the right? Nope, we can't move it at all. It's got to be over there. So what if I just take that out and then I do content is that, and then we'll do background is that, and then we can stretch the background, except we need to give this a fixed height and width. So if we do height 100%, does that affect it? Does its parent element have a height? No. Width, 100 view width. Oh, that's not what we need. Oh, it's not scaling the background either. So we need background size cover. Width will be like 25 view width. Does that work? This is an SVG, so I think it's scaling properly. Or like the pixelation, I can't see any on my screen, so. Ah, you were quarantined before? Dang, that's no fun. Where are you from? I think that'll work. That looks pretty good. It's pretty close. Yeah, we're just gonna copy that and take it. And override that stuff, and then our blob up here is good to go. I feel like that has too much space between the white part there, right? So what is causing that? I think it's this. Yeah, margin top 0 looks good on that. So we're gonna go over here and then we do margin top. This is probably a horrible way to do it, but I like to declare specific margins and just use those because they say they want us to get these as pixel perfect as possible. So I have to declare stuff to get it like pixel perfect, you know? Cool. If that makes sense, I don't know. I feel like the space between that and the bottom is too much now. What happened there? Am I zoomed in? No, everything looks bigger. That's weird. Label. Margin bottom 20. What about the input? The input's margin top is 35 pixels. That's too much. Why did I put that? Was that supposed to go for something else? Where's our inputs? Margin top 35. I don't think that was supposed to be there. I like the margin bottom though. That fits, I think. There we go. So now we just need to style these secondary labels that are supposed to be like a bluish color. And then we'll check, make sure the form works, and we gotta fix these so the display is flex and their width is like 45%. Sweet. Yeah, I want to listen to some Moon Taxi and stuff. I don't think I can do that on stream. I don't know like what I can. I need to look into the copyright music stuff that I can play and that I can't a little more. Cause like I'm okay with my streams not being monetized as long as I can listen to whatever I want. I just don't want to get like copyright strikes and then not be able to stream, cause that would suck. All right, so we are gonna do the blue labels, right? So down here, we'll just do label, blue label, if I can spell correctly. And then we need this color right here. Font size is gonna be a little smaller, so we'll say like 16 pixels, and then font weight is, actually we'll just leave out font weight and see how it looks right now. But we gotta stick blue label on. I don't need reviews open. Why is that open? Where is the 4 that I need? So this class name equals blue label. So we'll copy that whole thing. And we're just going to stick that on these. And then save. And then nothing changed. Did I not save this? I did save that. All right. If I refresh, I'm not looking at the right ones. That's what it was. All right, yeah. So those are like a little bit bolder. So font weight medium, that's like what, 500 pixels or something like that? Actually, I think it's 600. No, because bold is 700, semi-bold is 600, so medium is 500, and then regular is 400, and light is like 300. I don't know what's below that though, because there's 200 and 100. So, is this not font weight whatever I need? Does that look right? Not quite. Am I importing? Where did I import stuff? In the header, right? That's where it's coming from. Header. So Poppins 400, 700. So I need to import 500 as well. And now this should work if I refresh. Does that look better? Yeah, I think that matches. And then we need primary contact. That's display is going to be flex, flex, wrap, wrap. And then we need the divs inside to have a width of like 45%. And we'll justify content space around or between. I think space between would work probably. So we'll do that. And then back in our, we don't need header anymore, we need this one. So that's in, I guess we can put that like right here, right? So what was it? Primary contact. And then we'll target primary contact div that is a direct child, and then we'll do max width. Have you checked the live server for VS Code before? I don't know about live server. Wait, is it not on this one? Does it only work on HTML files? I've got something called like open live server. Where's my, do I have an HTML file in here? Can I write it on JavaScript? All right, bash, and then we'll do code test.html. There we go. Yeah, I got this thing called open like live server. Is that what you're talking about? Failed to compile. What did I break here? Oh god. Max width. I didn't finish the style. That's what it is. I don't need that test HTML thing. But yeah, this is Gatsby. I think it's got like it's got some kind of auto build thing built in, so I just save and it rebuilds or updates the styles. Max width is going to be 45%, right? That's not what I need. That's what I need. All right, so oh, I didn't put the dot there. There we go. 45%. And then I just need the width to be 45%, right? There we go. That'll work. Except it's more than 45, it's like 48%. That works. So I'll make that 48. Oh, we didn't change it to just width. We use max width still. So save that. And then now it looks better. Cool. Except the margin top on those is not the same. It needs to be like, what, 20 pixels? Yeah. And right now it's 70. That's way too much. So if we turn it off of those second ones, that needs to be pixels. That looks too small. We're gonna go with 18 because that looks better. And then we'll do margin top 0. That works. So we're going to go to our blue label class and make that pixels. And then if we just target the nth child 3 and 4, would that work? Or would it be better to just make a class for those with no margin top? I think I can just add the class margin top 0 to those. Maybe not. Because then on mobile, I'd have to remove that. Yeah, we're going to do that. And then I can just target those and make the margin whatever I need on mobile. So those are the top 2, and then right here we'll do margin top 0. Get the right part. There we go. Save that. And then save that. And now it's not working. ¿Por qué no? Because I didn't save, probably. No, I saved. It's on the labels. Email, phone number. We don't need it on the labels. We need it on the divs. All right, we're pretty much at an hour, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off the stream, guys. It's been fun. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and come hop in the Discord if you're not already. And I will see you next time. Peace.